Down 7-0 in the final set of the state title match. Most teams would fold. But Diller Odell, they rallied. And what came next was one of the greatest comebacks in state tournament history. This is a Nebraska high school classic. Welcome back to Nebraska High School Classics. I'm Larry Putney. In this episode, we take you back to a volleyball showdown packed with pressure and resilience, all while dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic. In the 2020 Class D2 title match, Diller Odell rallied from a 7-0 deficit in a decisive fifth set to stun Chambers Wheeler Central. It was a 3-2 win, and they claimed back-to-back state championships in unforgettable fashion. We are joined now by Addie Heidemann. Addie, what do you remember about that big fifth set comeback?
I remember just like you said, it was a 7-0 deficit, and we're playing to 15, so I'm like, we got to go now. The team that I was on, we wanted that more than anything. That's all we talked about every year. Growing up is winning state championships. So that's all we talked about. And I think that we had that belief that we could definitely come back and win. In practices and stuff, we would always do drills that were like, oh, you're down by this amount of points. Like, you got to come back and find a way to win. So I think that our team was built with a lot of winners, which made it easy to come back and win. That whole time I was never thinking we were going to lose that set. Even being down 7-0, I still had that belief we were going to come back and win. I wasn't really fazed, honestly, or too worried.
That's amazing, because I think most people would say at some point, doubt begins to creep in.
Yeah, I never really had that thought. That I remember that because I feel like normally when I'm playing, oh shoot, you're down by 7, it's the fifth set, it's a short set. But I never had that feeling, My sister was on that team with me, and we had a great connection. And I knew that any time that I would set her the ball, she was going to get a kill. So I wasn't too worried. I knew we were going to find a way out of it. Doubt never really creeped in my mind. I knew we were going to find a way to win, whatever it took.
Did you do anything to stay calm, lower the heart rate, focused in those moments? Or how were you able to do it?
I think it was important that we were all very grounded. I think we had a good sense of talk in our huddles. We had worked on that all year, like, what are we saying in the huddle? What are we talking about? And I think that all of the talk that was going on the court was very positive. Nobody was getting freaked out. Everybody remained having eye contact. And we all just kind of trusted, like, we're going to get out of this. As soon as we get our serve back, we're going on a run, all it takes is one kill, one pass. Like, they're going to make a mistake at some point as well. So we can't get too freaked out thinking like, oh my gosh, they're on a roll. But we were never thinking like, this is too much to handle.
I would imagine that moment and that experience has paid dividends for you later in life. I know you're at App State now. Like, is that something you have been able to build on?
Yeah, I think that match actually, funny that you say that, is like kind of a backbone of when I'm playing. I can always kind of like go back and think about that because this past season we had played Coastal Carolina and we were down, I think it was 21-10 in one set. And like, it could be easy to be like, you know what, let's just go and win the next set. But we ended up coming back and winning. I went on a long serving run, and we came back and won that set. And it was like the craziest thing of the season. But I think that it just goes to show, like, how that game happened in high school. It kind of happened like the same thing here at the college level. And I think it's just important. Like, I don't remember ever being freaked out in that game versus Coastal Carolina. I stayed composed the whole time. Like, we can come back and win this. Like, I don't care how big the deficit is. Like, we can come back and win it. Nothing's too impossible.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier, you played with your sister Carly. You played with another, set of sisters. That group, you'll always be legends in Diller Odell. What's that feel like, and what did it mean to the community?
I think it meant so much to the community. The way that volleyball has been sparked now from that, it's really a rewarding feeling because volleyball is so big now at Diller Odell. All the little girls, when I come back, want to do lessons, or we're running camps or clinics, trying to inspire that younger generation. And it's just really cool. There's a bunch of canvases everywhere in the school, like, of those pictures from those state championships. And my brother, he's in high school now. And I like to give him, talk to him about that, like, that's going to be you one day, or hopefully that's you one day, because he knows that his sisters were like, legends at Diller Odell because we won those state championships. But I do think it's just a great thing for the younger generation of girls, and what they're building there is awesome. I love to see how the love of volleyball has grown. I mean, I played club. A lot of girls that were on that team with me at the same time played at the club level. And I mean, now you can see all those younger girls, even like 6th grade, 5th grade, like they're up in Lincoln getting extra reps, doing extra lessons, clinics, you know. And I just think that goes to show how big volleyball is in Nebraska as a whole. I mean, obviously you have the University of Nebraska, who's great, and that inspired me growing up, you know. So I just think it's really cool.
Yep, you definitely started a culture there in Diller Odell. Congratulations, Addie. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
The Griffins and the Renegades won the first state championships after athletics was shut down due to COVID. In fact, you'll see a lot of masks back in 2020 here in this state championship game. Back and forth battle here between number 1 Diller Odell, the Griffins, and number 2 CWC, Chambers Wheeler Central, the Renegades. They came in at 33-1. Big swing there by Heidemann. Sisters Carly and Addison Heidemann both playing for the Griffins. Set 1, 26-24. Set 2, 25-20. A great second touch there. Here we are in the third set at set point, CWC. And they take set number 3, 25-14. They lead it 2-1. And CWC, the Renegades, Heidemann with the kill. And a big block there, kept alive. With a lot of balls coming back over the net in this state championship game, and there is Heidemann finishing it off. Still here in set 4. Set point for CWC, and they win it 25-22, so we go to the 5th, where CWC opened up an 8-1 lead in this final set. It's a race to 15. Michelle Koenig with the kill there. Back comes Diller Odell. And match point here for the Griffins, Ava Lovett. You gotta love it. It went extra points, and Diller Odell wins it 16-14 in the 5th. From a big final set deficit to championship glory, Diller Odell's comeback defines resilience, and it's moments like these that show what high school sports are all about. The action doesn't stop here. Subscribe to our YouTube channel or watch another episode of this series. Until next time, keep celebrating the best of Nebraska high school sports right here on Nebraska High School Classics.